Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Wow, Wellness Wednesday. My name is Patricia Kenyatta, and myself and Gillian, who's going to join us. We're hosting tonight as Dr. Sheila is off in Paris and Amsterdam and just having an incredible time. I can't wait for her to come back and share all that she learns with us. But before we get started, I'm curious to know. What's the one shift, big or small, that the AO scanner has helped you feel, see, believe about yourself that you can't even imagine living without? That's something that I ask myself, and gosh, I know with the AO scanner, we're so blessed and fortunate to be able to have it in our home. And so I'm curious, does anybody want to respond to that question? Yes, Karen, absolutely. Unmute.
Hi, thank you, Patricia. Last week, I think it was, I was sharing that I've noticed a whole bunch of small gains everywhere in my body. So fingernails flattening out. I've had some what appeared to be fungal things that just never went away. That's all straightening out
Wow.
now. Um, my lungs, I've been working with my lungs since late December. And
Yeah.
I went Monday this week to the Pacific Lung Clinic at St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver and was retested as I'm annually tested for the capacity of my lungs and respirology. And I got to the testing part, which is a little bit different. And then I sat with the doctor for a while and she looked at the testing results, which were not quite as good as last year. Now, in January this year, I stopped using my inhaler. I was on a steroid inhaler and I didn't want any part of that. I'd used it for 6 months and I was done. So I stopped using that, stopped relying on the AO scan. And then about 2 weeks before my appointment, maybe not even, maybe a week, I started using the red light band under, like on my ribs.
Yeah.
And but it's been primarily the AO scan. So then I sat with the doctor for a bit and she got her stethoscope out and checked my lungs in the back and the front. And she said, "Oh, your lungs sound good." And I said, "Well, how does that quantify with the actual test results, which were not as great?" She said, "Sometimes they don't quantify."
Mm.
So she heard my lungs being clear for the first time in probably 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on just a sec. That is yeah, give her applause.
Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible. But
Yeah.
Karen, I just want to back up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because you said you stopped your inhaler
Mm-hmm.
about 6 months ago, and you said, did you stop doing the AO scan?
No, I
No.
started
Oh,
I started the AO scan on, I think Marianne started scanning me on December 22nd or 23rd. And it was just under a month later on January 18th that I stopped using the inhaler. I woke up one day and I said to myself, "I don't feel like I need my inhaler today. Let's just see what today looks like without it. And even if I can only go one day a week without it, I'll be happy." So
yes.
I got through, that was a Sunday, and I got through that and I thought, maybe I'll try it for 2 days in a row. And even though I sometimes struggle, I'm in a 20 stair walk up building, no
Wow.
elevator. So, and I have a dog. So I'm out at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, bringing home heavy bags of groceries and all of that. And my lungs are stronger now with AO scan, primarily AO scan with a little help of the red light, than they have been in like 25 years. So
Absolutely.
I'm very, very excited. My lungs, there's still a lot of mucus coming up. And I found that when I use the red light on my ribs, front and sides,
Yeah.
that the mucus just kindly gently flows up and I'm able to get rid of it easily. Other
Wow.
times when I'm actually doing deep breathing, because I've been doing that as well, and pushing the air out, the mucus also starts to come up, but that results in some um, mild coughing and that
So,
kind of.
so interesting. Do you have biofilm? Is that what it is, or is it mucus?
I have no idea. I
Okay.
wouldn't know the difference.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well done.
Thank you. Can you explain what biofilm is, please?
Well, boy, well, I've got a client who suffers with biofilm so horrendously bad. And I did look it up, but I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Maybe
that's okay. I
some,
can look it up.
yeah, yeah, I did look it up, but she just can't get rid of it. Now she's not a client with AO scan. And yeah. Anyway, that's a whole different story, but I hope to have her here one day with a
Right.
testimonial.
I'll look that up because I am interested in why the mucus doesn't seem to go away ever.
Yeah.
Maybe it is biofilm and not mucus.
I
However, I have ordered the foot detox
Oh,
and the band, and I'm hoping that with the foot detox, not hoping, I'm of the understanding that the foot detox will help my lungs clear out.
yes. Yeah, well,
It's part of my belief system. I don't, nobody's ever said that, but
yes, because the torso band, it activates all of your organs. And I had a weak kidney and I have no problems with my kidney anymore. Yeah.
what period of time elapsed from being diagnosed with a weak kidney or knowing a weak kidney and having it not be an issue anymore?
Well, I started using it. I used it 3 times in December, went off to Italy for a couple months. And when I came back, I started using it probably about the 20th of February. And it was probably February 20, March, April. So I would say probably about 6 to 8 weeks. I realized that no longer was my kidney bothering me. My neuropathy in I could go on and on with what that foot detox has done for me. For me, it's a miracle machine, let me tell you. So yeah, I'm excited to hear your testimony on it, for
Thank you.
sure.
Really exciting to deliver my testimony as well.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Incredible. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I love it. How about anybody else? When you think about the AO scanner, the products, Gillian, come on in.
Hi, everyone. I want to apologize for being late and some background noise. I was actually in a very, just finished a meeting with a dear friend and colleague who also owns a naturopathic clinic in the community where I live and is very excited about bringing this technology to her patients. So I was like very excited to have that conversation, and we're talking about a lot of collaborations of how we can work together. So thanks, Patricia. I mean, I would say that for me, so much I could say. Now, I want to sort of preface what I'm going to share with just that I didn't, I've worked with frequencies in a broad spectrum, but I'm on a cancer journey. And in in January of this year, I had a bit of a turn to the not so good with that journey. And I decided at that point, I'd been working with the AO scanner for about not quite a year yet. It was this time last year. It's like a 1 year anniversary. Yay. I'm so grateful for this gift. So I've been working with it and, kind of doing, not really, I mean, working with it and using some things, but not really intensely, let's put it that way. So when I had this little blip in the new year, I thought, okay, it's time to double down on all things frequency. I've always done integrated medicine as part of my health journey and my life in general. So I've had naturopathic practitioners. I have a naturopathic oncologist as well as a regular oncologist. And so I started working very, very like one-on-one and closely with Dr. Daryl Roberts, who some of you may know his name. Dr. Daryl is part of the Solex community and a very expert in the area of frequencies. But I've been working one-on-one with him. So every day I was sending him my scans. Every morning I'd send him an easy scan and a vitals and a comprehensive. And then his job was to kind of look for the patterns is what we would look for in the scanner, right? We're not diagnosing anything. We're looking for patterns and the things that would continue to show up. And so through my work with him and then him customizing frequencies lists for me. So then I would go into the scanner and find my playlist and then using the tools. I have the terahertz wand and I have the foot detox and I have the PEMF mat. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to have all those tools for my health. And one of the other things that I think I've said in other spaces that if you're not familiar or didn't know this is that you can broadcast playlists to those tools. So when I'm using my PEMF mat, which I sleep on every night, by the way, and have never slept this good in my whole entire life. That wasn't proper English, but you know what I mean. So I broadcast the frequencies that Dr. Daryl has given me every night to the playlist. When I use my terahertz wand, I have my wand in the scanner as an object. I play my frequencies on that. So everything I'm doing and using has my playlists that get changed over time. But the exciting part about all this is saying again, tools, frequencies. I am also taking some medication. I'm not going to say all of this was frequencies, but my oncologists are very curious about what's going on because my latest PET scan, which was just 2 weeks ago, the results, originally this was breast cancer that metastasized a couple 3 years ago to my liver. All the spots on my liver are no longer visible, and the larger growth is less than half the size. It was the size of a mandarin orange. Apparently, it's the size of a grape now.
Wow.
And the metabolic activity has gone down from 35 to 16, which means like how busy that little thing is doing its thing. It's and so my oncologists are asking me, what are you doing that's different? Because I've been on this journey a number of years now, and they have not seen this progress for me personally, but also not able to say, and coming right out and saying the medication on its own cannot have done this. So again, not discounting that. I think integrated medicine can be powerful, and I don't ever discount medical anything because we need both. I believe a lot of the times, but I can't say enough about, what the work with frequencies has done to expedite this process. So hence my conversation with this naturopathic clinic, because these doctors have known me for years and are like, what are you doing? So ever since these results, I've had a lot of medical and natural practitioners wanting to know, what have you got your hands on? Because we need to weave this into what you're doing. And it's also been a lot of mindset. I've done a lot of, work on that. As I loved what you said, Karen, about, what we believe and what we think, and changing that thinking is so powerful in healing our bodies. And so it's a whole cacophony of things, but frequencies and what we have our hands on has been a huge part of this. So I can't say enough. And I'll just keep doing the work. And, I really, truly am excited that we have this and that we can offer this to what I think about what it costs me to do some of the natural other things I do. And for what we have this scanner for in our hands for a monthly cost is nothing really, for those when you compare. So super grateful, super excited. Can't say enough about what we have and how we need to get this into the hands of everybody we know as
That's
an
right.
adjunct to what all the things are that we're doing to be well mentally and emotionally. Because I think, I'm a therapist. For those of you who don't know that, I do a lot of trauma work. I've been doing that for 25 years. And I work with inner voice and mind sync a lot with my clients and see really significant shifts for them as well in balancing that emotional, physical piece. It all goes together. We can't separate it out as much as our Western mindset would like to. We can't, because we're mental, physical, spiritual, emotional beings. So it has to all work together. And so mind sync, and I know Patricia, you've attested to this, is a powerful tool of, like understanding maybe what is contributing to how we're doing without us being aware of it, because we know so much is subconscious, right? So much of what goes on is subconscious, and we don't always know what that is. So working with mind sync, being able to scan for an affirmation, like that's powerful. Like I don't always know what I need. It's hard. We only know what we know up here, but our bodies can tell us other things. And then the inner voice and working with those harmonics, so powerful. So I could go on, but thanks for thanks for listening.
No.
But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So
Gillian, that's absolutely incredible. And look how fast that was. January until the end of May, that's 5 months to
yeah,
have her doctors and her naturopaths stop and say, what are you doing? Because that is the way this works. It is so fast how it heals our bodies. Jillian, I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited. You look so beautiful.
thanks.
You're welcome. Yes, I love it. I love it. Do
Thanks,
we?
Patricia. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Would anybody else? Char, yes, please,
I'll
Char.
speak up. Hey everyone. Actually, those are great testimonies. I love that. And I am a cancer overcomer. And so I wish I had that when I was going back, but I was 33 when that happened to me. But anyways, I've been dealing with something else. I was diagnosed years ago with Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disease. And so anyways, I've always had so much hair that people always stop me everywhere. I love your hair. I love your hair. You have so much hair. And a couple of months ago, my hair just all started falling out. And I was like, what is going on? You know, when you take a shower and you're like, how much hair is there? When it's landing on your shoulder, on your clothes, you know, you're like, wait a minute. I mean, that's always been my crowning glory, right? Is my hair. I was a hairstylist for 40 years. That's the one thing that was really going for me all the time. And I knew it was getting bad when my husband told me, honey, I think you're going to have to start wearing a wig because the back of your head, you can see through your hair. So we're going from massive hair to seeing my scalp, especially in the back. It's in the top and the sides too, but not as much. The back is really bad. And so I've been running scans for, you know, hair loss and for thyroid and various things that will connect to that. And I have seen finally, after several weeks, less hair falling out. And I really feel like it's starting to come back. And so because I've never been one that, you know, wants to go and have to wear a wig. I think they're fun once in a while. I used to do theaters, so we used to wear wigs back then, but it's not something I want to have to do long term. So I'm grateful that it's I can tell that it's starting to regenerate and I'm not losing as much hair. And let me tell you, when that's always been the thing that people notice about you first, that is a hard thing to lose. You know what I mean? That is really hard for me. So I'm grateful that I have something that I can set these, you know, and I've even been doing more mind sync too, because, you know, I can sit back and be like, oh my God, I'm losing my hair, I'm losing my hair. And I had to stop myself from saying I'm losing my hair too and say I'm growing back my hair. My hair is growing. You know what I mean? You have to change what you say, because if I keep saying I'm losing my hair, I'm going to keep losing my hair. So I had to change, I had to do that mind shift, you know what I mean? And make sure that I'm speaking what I want to see versus what's actually there. So those have really helped me with the AO scan. And I have so many testimonies, but I'll just give that one
Well,
tonight. So
that is a great one. Thank you,
thank you.
Cher. Yeah, and I highly recommend our collagen. I started using it. I was having hair fallout, and I added the collagen to it, and my hair is just so much better. Yeah. Our crown and glory, sister.
I hear that. I know one of the things that was hard for me, Char, is I've always admired your hair. I mean, we don't really interact that much, but I'm like, that's Char with the really cool hair. Because that was always something that I would do. And the medications for me, like I just Patricia knows because she takes care of my hair, that it just doesn't hold color like it used to. That was one of the things that was hard, but I hear that. But I also the terahertz wand is amazing for hair growth too. If you're ever, thinking about that as an add-in tool.
I heard about that. I
Yeah,
did
I've
hear
heard
about
that people
that.
dry their hair with it and apparent because it's regenerating.
I
So,
use it.
It's on my wish
yeah,
list. So
yeah,
is
I know. Yeah,
the foot detox.
I know all of the
Trust me,
things, right?
I need to walk again. I need to have the
Yes.
testimony that Patricia had, that, you know,
Yeah.
she used it and she was able to walk, almost run again. And I
Yes.
need
Yes.
that. I'm still on a walker sometimes, on a cane.
Mhm.
Um, you know, I'm still dealing with that, but so that's on my wish list. So anyone who
Yeah.
wants to get me one for Christmas, it is
There you
coming up.
go.
My birthday's in October. So, you
Excellent.
know,
Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
Well,
Yeah.
you definitely need it, and I do blow dry my hair now with the terahertz wand for
Yeah.
sure.
I love
Yeah.
that is such a great idea.
Yeah.
Yes, because it activates, right? I love
Yeah,
it. Love
that's a
it.
great idea.
Yeah,
That's gonna have
yeah.
to be the first thing I get. So
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
it's
good one.
great. And
yep.
collagen.
Yeah, I take collagen, but when I finish this up, I'm gonna switch to this one.
I love it.
So
Even my
I,
nails are growing.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you're trying to say something. Can you
Go
put your hand
ahead, Ann.
up there? Oh, okay.
Oh.
I kept seeing your hand do this. I thought, are you trying to say something up there?
How about, would
Oh,
anybody else like to share
sorry,
some?
you're muted, Anne. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
And to know I was doing this because
Oh, you
how
okay?
she used the terahertz.
Got it. Okay.
Does she blow dry with it, or what does she
Yeah.
do with it?
Yeah, you just blow dry your hair with it
Yeah.
because it comes out warm like like a hair dryer. It
Yeah,
blows
that's what
your
I'm
hair.
going to use. I'm going to purchase when I get that discount thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want the stand too. If you're going to order it, get the stand. I'll tell you a funny story about that because I had years and years ago when energy wand, there was like this little sort of silver wand that was around and I had one. And so when I ordered my terahertz wand and I saw this stand, I'm like, what? Why would I need a stand? Like, how big
Yeah.
can this thing be? I didn't order the stand. And then it arrived and it's in this like box. And I'm like, what is this thing? And so sure enough, it is like the size of a hair dryer. So with the stand I did end up ordering because the beauty of it is that it oscillates like a fan. So you have the wand on the stand and then I literally sit in a chair and it goes up and down my spine on its own, or you can lay down and it goes. So you want stand, but I was like, what is this thing you're delivering? I was expecting this little small thing, but anyway, yes,
Thank you for that information.
just good to know. Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And you mentioned the discount. And for anybody out there watching this, with Solex, every third month that you're on what they call auto ship, it's your scan every third month, they actually give you a 30% coupon that you can use to purchase whatever you like. It's phenomenal. What a great company.
And another thing that a lot of people don't know on the discount side of things is when you finish your Solex University training, you get a 20% off discount as well as coupon. So a lot of people don't, I didn't know that for a long time. So I just want to make sure everybody, yeah. So if you're going through your, make sure you like click all the things to say you've completed. And when you get to the very end, it'll say, da, 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 congratulations. And then they'll send you a 20% off coupon. So you get to have that as well.
It's fabulous. Would anybody else like to share?
Hi, ladies.
Hi, Shalou.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I got to tell you, Patricia, you inspired me. So I started sharing with all my group saying I'm going to do the tea parties. And I did my first one 2 days ago for one of my QLAs. And she just joined last week and she's like, okay, let's do this. And, it was good. Now I'm fingers crossed before the end of the week. Hopefully they'll be signed up under her because they were so
Yes.
interested. But you're right. And once people try it, like, I gave them 10 minutes on the mat and I'm like, okay, it's time to get up. And the lady goes, no.
I love it.
I'm like, no, you have to get off. No. I'm like,
Or
no,
they
it's her
fall
turn,
asleep.
really.
I've had that happen at one of the parties.
Yes.
Where it's like,
Absolutely.
hello, it's time to get up now.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the wins for this week or for today was a lady that had come to my clinic a couple of weeks ago. I was just checking in with her to see how she's doing. And so she messages me back and she's like, well, it's been up and down. This is good. But she's on the core and she goes, I absolutely love the drinks. Like she's really enjoying that. She goes, but I'm feeling a lot of pressure behind my left eye today. So I said, oh, okay. I mean, I have all your info. I'll just run a scan and see. So I went into comprehensive, only ran her eyes, and I could see the left eye was like 47% from ideal. And you can see how there was a lot of ones. There was just no blood flowing there. So of course the pressure is building, right? So I scanned and optimized, and then I just went in and I have a playlist for eyes, which I think Marianne had shared. So I just ran that for, about 20 minutes. I told her, let me know when you're feeling better. But you know how it is. Sometimes the pain goes away and they don't even notice it's gone away.
Yeah.
But I have to go on to do other things. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not hearing back from her. So I'm just going to check and see where she's at now. So it was about a half hour later. I ran the scan again on her eyes and it was 24% from ideal.
Wow.
So I took a screenshot and I sent it to her. I said, I can see proof you're feeling better. You must be
Wow.
feeling better. And then she messaged back, about a half hour later, because I guess she got busy with work. She goes, yes, absolutely. She goes, it's feeling a lot better. So,
Oh,
she has some sort of a clinic of her own. So I told her, I said, look, and you're loving the course. So here's the link you can reorder. But if you want to get the scans, you save money when you buy the bundle. So let me know. So again, we'll see
yes.
what happens.
That is
Fantastic.
fantastic.
Wow.
Congratulations. I love it. And again, look at the speed, how
Yeah.
quickly this works. Yeah. And having a party, you know what? People need that face-to-face, belly-to-belly experience with
Yeah.
what we have. Even if you have the scanner, like you can do a party with just a scanner online, in person. Oh, it's powerful. Yeah. Well done, Shalou. I hope I said your name right.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Sorry, my
good.
son's trying to call in.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, bye.
Do you know what? I want to share a testimonial. I had a migraine hit me, and I get the vision migraines, and I just ran to my scanner, plugged in my migraine playlist. I imprinted some hologram stickers, stuck them on my head, and 7 minutes later, it was gone. Like, I love it.
You
Just
just reminded me, actually, Patricia, sorry, did I just interrupt you? Were you done?
no. I'm done.
You just reminded me, I was actually doing I was with you. We were doing that party in Chilliwack,
Yes.
and I arrived and realized I am super allergic to cats. And we got there and I was like, uh-oh, there's this big orange, beautiful, fluffy cat. And I didn't have any, I usually have a bottle of antihistamines in my purse and I didn't. And I thought, okay, well, here's the test of the day. Right away turned on the scanner on my phone, got the frequencies for allergies going, and I didn't even get an itchy eye. And I'm telling you, like, it'll be instant for me with cats. And I'm like, am
Yeah.
I puffy and runny and ugly and gross? So that was another win with the scanner because I had nothing. So yay,
Yeah.
scanner.
Yeah, you can't tell me that every home does not need this. They sure as heck do.
Yeah.
All
We've
right,
got
I
about
think we have
3
time
more
for one
minutes. Yeah,
more.
maybe one. We've
Sorry,
got 3 minutes
one
till.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to share one really quick.
Yeah.
And I've been really in tune with spaces and objects. And I highly recommend that whatever you're doing, of course, you're going to add your home, your business, everything under spaces, objects. But we sold a motorcycle and I scanned the sale of our motorcycle. We sold it within 3 days and they offered us more than what we expected. I was scanning one of my new QLAs, and her house is up for sale. And she said, "Why is my house not selling?" I said, "I have no idea." She said, "Can you scan it?" I thought, "Oh, okay." And I did, and it came up blocked. She signed up, and 3 days later, her house is starting to show. And it was stuck on the market for a long time with no showings. So I really want to encourage you guys that whatever you're doing, add it to the scanner and scan. Okay? Well, I think we're out of time. Oh, Karen, yes. You have to unmute, sister.
Sorry. I just wanted to share, especially with Char, that I'm using the red light band on my thyroid because I'm hypothyroid as well. And tomorrow I'm going for an ultrasound and blood work to follow up with my thyroid. And I'm hoping that I've made enough changes to create a shift in my thyroid that will head in the other direction. So I'll probably won't know by next Wednesday, but probably the Wednesday after I'll be checking in with a full report.
I love it.
That's
Brilliant.
awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to do that too.
It's
All
great.
right.
Well, should hop off, get on to the weekly Solex. Does everybody know how to get there for the week to the Solex LLC YouTube channel? And it was great to see you all.
Yeah, thank you. And Gillian and I will be back here, same place, same time next week. We'll see you all then.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Have a blessed
Thank
evening.
It was
you.
fantastic.